Observation. The organic has been monitoring Starfleet transmissions obsessively. This is not a productive use of time.
All right, let's just get into it. There's a lot to unpack today, and honestly, I think this is probably the best news we had in a very long time. So, both Variety and Deadline, and look, they do print rumors. I know that. But both of them dropped the hammer. It is official. Star Trek Starfleet Academy is officially ending after Season 2.
It is logical to conclude that the program failed to achieve tactical objectives. The Nielsen ratings were insufficient.
Well, insufficient is putting it mildly, M5. Look, I've been saying this for probably a year now. Secret Hideout, they have this habit, this pattern. They leak things. They leak shows in development, 10,000 different projects, third seasons that actually haven't been greenlit. All just to put pressure on the studios. It's a game. And honestly, I stopped paying attention to the leaks a long time ago because there was just no substance there. I was waiting for the confirmation. And this is probably the closest we get to it. And this feels like the end of the Kurtzman era. Hopefully.
The data suggests this project was the primary focus of the current production regime. Its termination is significant.
Look, it is a massive blow, M5. This was Kurtzman's baby. We got this instead of Star Trek Legacy, remember? And for me, this show was, well, dead on arrival. I'm not gonna lie. They have been trying to make Academy since the Berman era. And you know why it wasn't made back then? Because it didn't make sense. It's a great idea for maybe a two-parter. But as a whole series, it just turns into, YA. And that is just ridiculous for the Star Trek world.
Young adult narratives prioritize emotional volatility over scientific inquiry. It is inefficient.
Exactly. They think this is how you attract new viewers. That's the biggest corporate buzzword, right? New audience, young audience. But here's the problem. It is not attracting new viewers to Star Trek. It's just chasing a demographic that doesn't care about the source material. And another thing, I really don't appreciate this notion that we all started watching Star Trek when we were, 40? It's such a small-minded, unintelligent view. I can guarantee you, if you talk to people, my age, like 40s or even 50s, 60s, they'll tell you they started when they were kids. And it wasn't because Star Trek was bending over backwards to cater to them. It was because it was interesting, and it was different.
The pursuit of a demographic often results in the loss of the core identity.
Tell me about it. And look, before all the usual suspects start screaming, let's address the bad faith argument, because we all know it's coming. We have already seen it. The claims that people actually loved it, but it was, review bombed by the mean, nasty haters. Give me a break. This is such a tired excuse at this point.
The review bombing defense is a common shield for suboptimal creative output.
Honestly, it's a myth. It's a total myth. Let's look at the House of the Dragon. Remember when that came out? It launched right alongside the Rings of Power. People were hating on both of them before it even aired. They were calling it woke, saying it would fail, review bombing it into the ground. And guess what? It didn't fail. Unlike the Rings of Power, it actually did great. You know why? Because it was good.
The review bombing defense is a common shield for suboptimal creative output.
Precisely. All those haters and yellers who were trashing the House of Dragon before it even aired, once the show actually came out, And the numbers were massive. They just shut up. Suddenly, they always loved it. Because here's the thing, you cannot kill a good show with online hate. If you give people interesting stories they can sink their teeth into, they'll watch. Anything else, all this bad faith talk, is just a very convenient excuse for why your show couldn't find an audience. If the story is incoherent, no amount of corporate shielding is ever going to save it. And look, I'm going to be the first one to admit, does online hate make it harder for good shows to actually find an audience? Of course they do. But they find it. That's the thing.
The data suggests that pandering results in a 100% loss of franchise identity.
Tell me about it. Look, I tried to watch Academy. I honestly, truly tried. I got, let me think, maybe 2/3 of the way through the first episode, and I was out. I couldn't do it. It's incoherent. It's so try hard with this main character, the tough guy, the brooding type with a dark past, looking for his mommy. It's kind of just CW stuff. And look, I do rag on CW, but some of the shows were fun. But they all had a path. You knew what you were getting. Honestly, this actually felt like a bad CW show in a Starfleet uniform. Why would I put myself through that? I'm not going to hate watch a show so I can review it? Rant here on YouTube? I'm sorry guys, life is too short for bad track.
It is a waste of metabolic energy to consume content that lacks intellectual stimulation.
Precisely. And the fact that this announcement came from Paramount and not a leak from Secret Hideout tells me the tide has turned. They wouldn't announce this if there were actually serious conversations about continuing this era. It's over, or at least I do hope it is. Now, I have some serious fears about what comes next. This Star Trek United talk, what was it? The political thriller drama? I think it's one of the dumbest ideas I've ever heard. And I know this is not a popular opinion, but I'm going to say that for its own video. We do need to do a deep dive on why Paramount is still not escaping the prequel drama trap.
I will prepare the diagnostic tools for that analysis. It will be messy.
Yeah, it will be delightfully messy, M5. But for now, let's just take the win. The Academy is closing its doors, and maybe, just maybe, we can get back to the stories that actually make Star Trek what it is. So, until the next one, M5, full impulse, and engage.
Support the organic creator. Like, share and subscribe.